Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's YunKs. Today, I'll be talking a little bit about Bungie's live stream, of course, for the April update, which is coming out April 12th. Now, I will be briefly going over some of the major subjects they talked about in the live stream, and the first thing I want to start with are the weapon buffs and nerfs. Let's start with auto rifles. Alright, high rate of fire auto rifles like the Doctrine of Passing are actually getting a slight damage nerf, very slightly from what they say. I guess we will see. And low rate of fire auto rifles, kind of like the Sur's regime, are getting a slight buff in damage. Okay, guys, moving on to scout rifles, they are getting a slight buff in damage as well, very slightly. Hand cannons are getting higher ammo inventory, so you'll be able to carry more ammo for your hand cannon. Moving on to fusion rifles, we are getting upped stability, which is absolutely amazing. It's about damn time they did something about fusion rifles. This is probably the best news I've heard from this, at least in my personal opinion, because I love fusion rifles and it's about damn time they're doing something about them. Alright, moving on to sniper rifles. Now, this is unfortunate news, but hopefully it's not too big of a game change here. They are increasing the zoom distance on all scopes on snipers. They really want to keep snipers at a precision long range weapon type. They are also increasing the ADS time, or the zoom time, from hip to ADS. They are increasing by a little bit. And we are also getting reduced stability on snipers. Alright, hopefully it's not too big of a game change. Like I said before, they really just want to cut down on close to medium range combat with snipers, I guess. Anyway, guys, we're moving right along. Mida multi-tool, the most popular used exotic primary weapon in the game in Crucible at the moment. They are removing the high caliber rounds, and that's all they're doing to Mida, so that's not too bad, I guess. I guess when you get shot by Mida now, you won't bounce around as much, so not too bad of a nerf. I'm really glad they didn't touch any like rate of fire or stability on the Mida, so that's not too bad. The Service regime, alright, so as I said before, the auto rifles are getting buffed. But the spinning up perk will take longer to activate. It'll take after 4 shots, then it'll start spinning up, because they realized with the damage increase in the slow rate of fire auto rifles like Suros, it would have been way too powerful with the spinning up, so they just made the spinning up a little bit longer to activate, and focus fire is getting a range buff as well, which is actually really, really good. So I'm pretty sure Suros is going to come back, guys, and it's going to be pretty beastly. Moving on to Hawk Moon. Now, this weapon got hit pretty damn hard when the Taken King first released on nerfs, but now they are increasing the range and accuracy, so hopefully it'll be somewhat decent now. Okay, guys, moving on to the infamous last word. This is getting a damage decrease, but only when you hip fire, only for that last word perk. So it's only when you're hip firing when this nerf will come into play. Now let's go to the Thorn. Oh my god, yes, the Thorn. But don't worry, guys, it's still year 1 only. But they are minimizing the dot damage. They are making it so it's only 4 pulses of ticks. And when you get shot by the Thorn, it'll be less intensity going on your screen. The Icebreaker will no longer give you special ammo when you switch to a different special weapon, and that also goes for sidearms. That trick does not work anymore, guys. The Dreg's Promise now will track your enemies when you aim down sights with this thing. I cannot wait to get my hands on Dreg's Promise year 2. This, I feel like, could be a bit overpowered. I guess we will see how it is, guys. I cannot wait for that. The Telesto projectiles can now attach to your teammates, and the Ward of Dawn of your teammates, so you could shoot your teammate in the back and have him rush into a room filled with enemies and have those projectiles explode all in the room, so that's interesting. The 1,000-yard stare is going to have less ammo inventory. The Quillam's Terminus and, of course, Harrowed Quillam's Terminus will also have less ammo inventory, so you could hold less ammo in your backpack. And the Anguish of Dryson is also getting a slight stability buff, which it really is needed for that weapon. I only used it once, and that was to make a review of it, and then I never used it again. I actually deleted it because it was that bad. Now, there were other things mentioned in the stream that I am not going to really talk about too much, but I will just very quickly go over. Warlock subclasses are getting changed, like Voidwalkers are getting increased cycle energy cooldown. Stormcallers are going to drain their energies faster while in Storm Trance. And Sunsingers are getting a few changes with Fireborn and that stuff. Now, moving on, there were also a few revive changes, such as when you're wearing a Light Beyond Nemesis or Crest of Alpha Lupi, you cannot run through your teammate and revive them that way. You actually have to stand in there for a little bit, even with the fast revive armor. You actually have to be a bit closer now to revive your teammate, and also it'll take a little bit longer to revive your teammates. All right, now there were some changes also to special ammo and how they work. So in 3v3s now, they did mention that we will spawn with ammo, but it'll just take longer for those crates to spawn in. They said 3 minutes into the game, and then every 2 minutes after that, special ammo will spawn. Now heavy will only come once a game. Of course, in 3v3s, it's only the one time for trials and elimination, but like for skirmish and every other Crucible game type, heavy will only spawn once per game, they said, at the 5-minute mark. And the last thing I'll be talking about is they are increasing the legendary drop rates at the end of Crucible matches, which is, of course, a good thing. We want to feel rewarded as Guardians. Anyway, guys, that's really it. They will be putting all this down in the notes sometime very soon, but I just wanted to make a video to let you guys know ahead of time. Anyway, that's really it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video and sub for the support. I'd highly appreciate it.